with that, like ways. So I was still, although obviously not a sponsor. In the hints, like, hey, I shouldn't be talking about that right now, though. November 1st, 3rd, that's at Burbank, CC. Visit.
Okay, you guys are like on stream,
Hi.
but we're gonna wait like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we have a link up?
Yeah.
Buddy?
Hello.
Nice, sir.
So you're gonna have this mic kind of close to your mouth.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kind of eat it.
I'm gonna try
Not
it.
really.
Let's see mine right here. How's our placement right here? Is that close enough?
Is this
Do we
good?
like this?
Hello.
Can you speak in?
Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. Welcome here. We're about to start. We're just getting the finishing touches on the new and improved Relentless Weebs. Oh, I see us. That's hilarious.
Oh, hey.
That's awesome. Oh my
us.
God. It us.
Me.
Okay. Share. Copy. We live.
Oh.
So you guys get to see. So for anybody who is actually watching this right now,
This is just turn away for a bit.
yeah, I need like
Just go into
2
another
minutes.
room for a bit. Come back.
The new and improved. Relentless. We complete with unscheduled pre-show. Tune in. We're talking aliens. Now, my thing is, I wanted to open up in the app. Are you trying to cross the streams? Technically, yes. Yeah, just go to YouTube. Like I just told them. There we go. See, the good thing is that I've got it all lined up right here, so I can see everything in the live chat. Yes. There's 3 people in the stream,
Yay.
and by 3, I'm pretty sure that's
That's us.
Yeah.
Hello, us. We're the most important people. We're the most important audience.
We're the most important. Hi. Hi, us.
I really don't know when we're gonna start. Oh, no, actually, I see that we actually have people in here. Shall we start?
Yeah, let's start.
This
Everyone's
is
watching.
this is the unscheduled pre-show, which now leads into the welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. It is the 7:30 p.m. Pacific daylight time hour of day here at in lovely Southern California. You're watching Relentless Weebs, the new and improved Relentless Weebs, your one-stop shop for all topics: anime, community, conventions, cosplay, you name it. We're probably going to talk about it. We're your hosts, Andrew J. Alandi and Shelby McWeeb. Shelby, whoa, upgrades, are we?
So we're gonna try and stream off of YouTube. Up, down, left, die suggested that we do both using something, and we'll try that next time. Thank you for the suggestion.
So we are doing this episode on YouTube. We're getting everything specialed up here. So thank you everybody who is jumping on and joining us here tonight, along with our special guest for the evening, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for the one, the only Mandy Quesadilla. What's up, Mandy?
Me. I feel so special that I'm on the YouTube.
Yeah, you are on the
You're
YouTube.
the
I am
YouTube.
either too good for Facebook or will be banned off Facebook.
Oh, okay. Well, we didn't want to get zucked. So, but anyway, folks. That being said, you have the link. Do us a favor. You see where it says share? Like if you're watching on a desktop, you might see a little arrow that allows you to share the link out. Please do that. Share it out to all sorts of social media: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchats, your MySpace if you still use it. Send some carrier pigeons. Grab your worst enemy, your next door neighbor. Sit them down, get a tasty beverage. Let's talk some anime tonight. I believe the topic tonight is aliens as well? Is that correct?
Yes, because we pay attention to the audience or youth, and you guys like Area 51 or something, and Naruto running.
Yeah, apparently people went, and now there's the aliens, and all of the technology was released.
Oh, so
Area 51.
so you're telling me that in like 3 years, maybe we're gonna have some like Independence Day level stuff already happening. Didn't they like? I know this is an anime, but didn't they preface this in like Independence Day Resurgence, the sequel that nobody saw?
You want to know a cool fact? I interviewed the creator of Higurashi no Nakokoro ni.
Oh yeah.
And he told us not to watch other media when you're currently writing a story. So he was writing Higurashi no Nakokoro ni, and he was watching Independence Day, and he's like, "What if I made them all aliens and it was an alien thing and that was a twist?" And he's like, "But I didn't do that, and I'm happy I didn't do that."
Okay. Right on. Okay, I do see, by the way, if you are in the chat, let us know that you're in here. Sound off. And again, if you have any comments or any questions that you have for us, the panel here, or any comments that you'd like to share, let them out in here. I've got it right in front of me. I do see Weston Diaz is here, who says, "I'm only here because I heard there will be cake and ice cream."
Wow, Weston, I don't know who lied to you, but we're not gonna do that.
That's fine. Mock Vox says, "I heard there were aliens. You are in the right spot." And Misfit2K5, aka Greg Hammer, says, "I just couldn't find you on Facebook." Well, Greg, to let you know, yeah, we've moved.
Classic Greg.
Yeah,
And you gotta help your confused friends. You gotta tell them all right now.
Tell them where we are.
So yeah, make sure you're hitting that share button.
Call your grandmother.
Oh my God, yes, call your grandmother. Tell her to sit down about.
Say the URL out to her.
Yeah.
http://
Oh God.
Yeah, then you have to spend like 10 minutes. You'll spend the entirety of the stream describing which slash.
So, aliens, like.
Not that kind of slash.
Oh gosh. Well played.
Could be a fun conversation.
It's been a long time since I've said the word slash at all. So speaking of long time, not that long ago was the Area 51 thing, and it was apparently just like a giant rave.
Right.
What did you guys just call it?
It was Weeb Firefest.
Okay, so Weeb Firefest was I will say this though, it was pretty cool to see that clip of a kid Naruto running in the background of some poor reporter's little report on.
So, can I say I'm bitter about the fact that it's called a Naruto run, because to me it was always an Inuyasha run, because that's where I saw it first, and so I'm right. And then it made sense because he had the big sleeve, so you gotta run like this.
Okay.
And then so Naruto, I feel like he was just copying them. So to me, it's Inuyasha run.
Okay. So, what did we learn today, ladies and gentlemen? To start, it's not a Naruto run, it's an Inuyasha run. So,
Sound off in the comments.
Yes. Let us know what you like better. I'm pretty sure you're on an island here, but
Well, I'm on a good island. I'm on the island of being correct.
You're on the island of I'm right. Okay. Mockbox is by the way saying, shout out the URL to her from the roof of the house and pray it goes the distance.
Yeah. She can get her antenna or something.
Right.
Fix
those like bunny ears.
Speaking of antenna, I decided that we were going to talk about aliens today because that's a topic we can tie together. That's a very Watch Mojo topic. It's easy to make listicles about that. So also tell us your favorite anime alien of any type in the comments.
Yes, please. So
it won't stop us from already deciding ours, but you're welcome to voice your opinions.
Yeah, well, I would love to hear their opinions. Let's be honest, because honestly, they have better opinions than I do. Let's be real. Yes. So, favorite anime aliens. I actually had trouble thinking about this.
Really?
From the get. Well, because when I think of anime, it just doesn't dawn on me because okay, it's all animated, and I think of all the different worlds. I end up just immersing myself in that world. But then, I got to think, I actually went to certain websites that were very legit, thank you. And I actually had to be like, anime with aliens. And then I realized, oh my God, there's so many.
Yeah. I feel like so much anime with aliens, they kind of just use aliens as we wanted to make there's two types of anime aliens. There is a sexy girl with weird ears or a blob.
Yeah.
And just a weird amorphous blob. You have two types.
Okay. So it's like shapes. It's
Yeah,
not even a
yeah,
block.
It's either just like shapes where it's like they thought this was cool to animate, so then they animated it, or it's just a sexy lady with like furry tits.
Yes.
Tenchimuyo.
Tenchimuyo.
And Urusu Yatsura.
Okay.
Yeah. Blum. And so essentially there's that flowchart can go into two other directions, because the anime girls are either like very like, hi, I'm an alien. I'm okay with this. This is fine. You can do whatever. Or they're like, because I'm thinking of Fooly Cooly and I'm thinking of Haruhi Suzumiya. And those are my
Yeah,
the spectrum.
those are some extremes. So they want to have like the alien, like almost like when we think of aliens, we think of like the Spock, like the unemotional ones. And that's how you get Yuki. But then you also just get ones and be like, oh, but we need a tsundere. So tsundere is in space also.
But like an insane tsundere, because Fooly Cooly was in its own level, sort of. Essentially, and like also, but the spectrum is even covered exclusively in the anime Deers. Did anybody see the anime Deers? It's about incredibly sexy aliens of like, and the two main characters are just like the tsundere, who's insane, and then like the, what was it? Kudere. You're either a kudere or a tsundere, basically, or a yandere. But the spectrum is like insane or it's completely stoic, in my opinion.
Okay. By the way, Mockvox chiming in saying Tenchi Muyo lives or dies on that spectrum. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tenchi Muyo was always something. I remember when I was first getting into anime, and someone was like, "Oh yeah, here's anime things," and then Tenchi Muyo, and be like, "Okay," and then I would just hold it because it was like we would loan manga to each other, and I was like, well, "This is a reasonable amount of time for me to have this manga into a pretend to read it." So here you go. I have definitely read Tenchi Muyo.
One of the things I always noticed about like anime with aliens, is like usually there's always two rules that absolutely have to be fulfilled for it to be like a successful anime that has aliens in it. One of them is like, at least one of the aliens or like one of the races of aliens, whoever's invading, have to be completely humanoid, like, and not just like human looking, but like almost a dead ringer, maybe like one or two things that are like different. And the other rule is at some point a human and an alien must bang. Like it's just like it has to happen.
Or think about it.
Yeah.
A lot, like kind of like, I know Chobits isn't an alien.
Yes.
But like kind of like Chobits, because they it's implied.
Yeah.
I know that, no spoilers, so I'm not going to say like, but.
Dude, it was like years ago. Just let it go. Just do it.
It's more of like that's the whole point of watching is fun. So anyway, what's your favorite alien, Mandy?
My favorite anime, there's a lot of them that like I hadn't even thought of, like, be like, oh, does this count as anime or does this count as like alien things? Like I like the Haruhi Suzumiya, I like Yuki.
Yeah.
Like you pointed out, Tokyo Mew Mew has aliens. It was like just completely forgot that those were even aliens.
Okay.
I was just thinking about the word alien, and then I remembered the little pink thingy would always just say alien, and then I was like, where did that come from in my head? Okay, it was Tokyo Mew Mew. Shout out.
Very heavy on Tokyo Mew Mew. Yeah. Okay.
So all of the evil people in were aliens in Tokyo Mew Mew, but it was also implied that the alien wanted to bang us. So it really goes both ways. Like we're not just attracted to aliens; we're attracted to aliens being attracted to
I also have a question. So is Sailor Moon technically have aliens?
That's what I was thinking about too. Is a lot of these like, is Space Dandy? Like how many are aliens?
Yeah, because Space Dandy, like, is everyone an alien or is it just kind of people? Like before this I like searched and be like, is Gundam happens in space, so there's aliens.
Okay,
who's the alien and who isn't?
Yeah.
I feel like Gundam, not so much though, because like everybody was like part of Earth at one point, and they kind of just got shifted into the colonies, right? Like
how many years do you have to?
I don't know, man.
Are Carol and Tuesday aliens?
Can
somebody tell me?
The entirety of Cowboy Bebop.
I was about to say.
Is I
right? Because they're on Mars. Like it takes place on Mars.
Yeah.
There's Earthlings, yeah, but It's every other freaking planet.
I'd like to change my answer. My favorite alien is Ein, the corgi.
Dude, okay. Be perfectly honest. He's like genetically engineered. He would be an alien. Let's be real. Like, come on. He's smarter than most people on Earth with a computer. Are you kidding me?
And he's got that great butt.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they were all born on Mars. Yeah. Him and his butt.
Wait. Faye wasn't born on Mars, though. Right? Because Faye was born in Singapore. Because her spoiler alert for anybody who hasn't seen Cowboy Bebop. AK, what are you doing? I apologize. That's not to be mean. But yeah, Faye was born in Singapore on Earth because one of the episodes has her traces her origin back to Singapore where the lion statue is. But technically, would she be the alien to everybody else because everybody else is born on Mars? Yeah. Okay. By the way, so Mockbox is saying maybe the real aliens were the friends we banged along the way.
I mean, wasn't that the goal of the Area 51 thing?
Probably.
That would make a good T-shirt. So,
Right?
like, sound off if you give me permission to make that into something.
Weeb Firefest 2.0. That's the actual official T-shirt of that. Let's go. Also,
real?
there were aliens in Gundam that one time in the Gundam 00 movie, Planets of Shapes. So Gundam does have aliens.
Genesis Evangelion. That because none of them are aliens, but like
I mean, they
it's
are.
space.
They like the angels are kind of like aliens. If we're gonna go like spoilers, for Evangelion. It's on Netflix. You should have watched it by now.
I'm gonna be very honest.
One is the mom.
Yeah, so it's like
not
it came
alien?
from space, but then it made all of us.
Yeah.
So then it became them or not.
Alien.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So how many
Evangelion
aliens?
is confusing.
How many aliens are in Evangelion? So that's the problem. Is like, how do we know at one point where the aliens start and begin? And who in Space Patrol Luluco is an alien?
That's a very good
World.
question. Yeah. If you know.
Because like we have Luluco.
Yeah.
Where she's kind of presented as like just like the one like normal human girl, and that's her defining trait is that she's a normal human girl. But her mom is a space pirate.
Yeah.
And so I don't
sexy
know
space
where
pirate.
she's from. So
She
she could be half of something.
Yeah. And we know that they interbreed because, well, first of all, not her friend because she didn't really like her that much, but her coworker is an alien, and the guy she likes is in spoilers. But he looks like a human, so he was, but they were definitely not born on Earth, but Luluco feels entitled to normalcy, but is normalcy the same on Mars? But she definitely breed with an alien, regardless of her birth planet of origin. She intends to anyway.
Okay. So anal probing is a thing then, apparently. Yeah.
Well, not in Space Patrol, Luluco.
Yeah. Okay.
She's like 14.
Hers is very pure, and she's very
Okay.
stupid.
So
Her heart is very pure.
Her heart is very
That's
pure.
the point.
Okay, so Tula Rue, she was not the alien. By the way, Mockbox is claiming dibs on the T-shirt idea. Everyone was an alien in Luluco. Oh, and by the way, Dan or Dan is saying, "Oh shit, it's Mandy."
Mandy.
Oh, that's probably.
Okay, I'm gonna give you the phone here, the console.
Mandy.
I was trying to figure out because my brother is Dan, so I don't know if you're Dan, my brother, or a different Dan.
It is like D.A.N.
I don't know what he is on YouTube because like I wanted to like if you are my brother, I want to say fuck you, but if you're just a random Dan, you could be my Uncle Dan for all I know.
I have an Uncle Dan too, so like it could be my Uncle Dan,
What
just
if-
like
wait,
really
wait.
excited to see you.
Wait, I have an Uncle Dan. What? No, he would never do this. Let's be real.
We all have an Uncle Dan.
We all
You all have the same Uncle Dan.
We're
What?
related.
What is this?
Plot twist.
Oh, it's the Afro Ninja.
It
good old
was none of them.
Yes. All right. So, folks, if you're just tuning in, welcome to the new and improved Relentless Weebs. We have migrated our stream from the Zuckerberg universe of Facebook to the worldwide YouTube web. We're your hosts, Andrew J. Landy and Shelby McWeeb. We're joined here by our special guest for the evening, the one and the only Mandy Quesadilla. Remember, folks, if you have not done so already, make sure you've shared out the stream. Get the stream link. There should be a little arrow on your YouTube That says share. You can share it to Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever social media you've got, or just copy the link, put it in an email. I don't know. Go to Gaia Online and get those guys with all their crazy avatars to come join us and let's talk some anime.
My favorite alien is Clefairy.
What?
You didn't know that? Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right.
There,
Okay.
she's from the moon.
She is from.
They're all from the moon.
They're all from.
Everyone from Mount Moon, except for the Zubats,
Okay.
is basically an alien.
So they're all okay. I guess that counts.
Which that is also such a weird thing of like even in like the Pokemon world, here's a concept of like of aliens, but they just kind of like migrated here. They're like cats going to Australia. Are they like? And
Yeah,
it, like, did
is
they
it
do
weird?
anything to the native population that was like Mount Moon? You used to have like all of these other Pokemon, and then the Clefairy came and destroyed their habitat.
That's what I worry about, like the Poke economy and Pokemon from other planets too, because there's definitely a lot of like space Pokemon, but it's not like a type. But Clefairy is the most OG Moon Pokemon there is.
Okay.
So I like the alien Clefairy. I would be happy if that was like behind Area 51. Like that's what I would be okay with, more than anything.
You just step in, get your hug, leave.
Oh, jeez.
It's like the Detective Pikachu attraction at San Diego Comic-Con. It's just the big Pokemon outfits.
Scary. I will say this: one of my favorite aliens is just because he's actually really witty and just very funny and very supportive of the person whom he attaches to or it attaches to. The dress symbiote from Kill la Kill is considered an alien because it comes from outer space.
Okay.
Yeah, when you think of
I mean, like
Valid.
all the aliens. Like
Yeah,
he's the one who's like the half breed because he kind of like
Angelo,
merged.
Are you putting up the picture of Kill la Kill?
yeah.
It's the girl with the boob.
The girl with the boob.
That's
The
like
perfect
every
explanation.
anime, like since forever. Okay, the girl with the boob.
I have so I recently I went with my boyfriend and my boyfriend's roommate to go see Promare, and then I was describing like some of the other like Studio Trigger anime, and for like Kill la Kill, I was like, oh, you know every meme where they talk about like where they have like the angry dude being like, no, there's an important plot reason why she's naked. The joke is that it's about Kill la Kill. It is always about Kill la Kill. There is an important plot reason that she's naked, but also they just want her naked. It can be both.
Yeah, why
Can
not
be
both?
That's a great transition to talk about how Studio Trigger is just space, the company.
Space.
Like,
the company.
yeah.
Which they've talked about a lot. Like whenever they go to AX, they mention how they always get questions about how they're always going to space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've
Okay.
interviewed them too, and it's just like I think a solid 75% of their anime. Everything that's not Little Witch Academia or Panty and Stocking. Is Panty and Stocking have any aliens?
Does that count?
They're angels. Why are we doing this to ourselves?
By the way, Jordan Felix. By the way, thank you for joining us. Jordan Felix in the chat saying Deoxys is the only legendary Pokemon that is pure alien.
Oh, Deoxys. Thank you
Deoxys
for
counts.
that.
Cool. And Mockvox saying, wasn't there that whole war thing that was alluded to in the first games? Did that tie into it or something, or am I misremembering? In the first games,
You're not misremembering. I just there's always like a lot of drop plot points. Like everything that happens in one gen, like he suddenly goes to a different part of like Pokemon countries, and suddenly it's like there's a whole new lore. Like nothing's the same anymore. So it was definitely like kind of dropped.
I mean, like I dropped all my Florida problems when I came here. Everybody's like hurricanes all the time. Like not my
Voldemort.
problem.
You traded hurricanes for earthquakes.
Yeah, it's way more terrifying.
I can imagine. That's
Valid. That's pretty valid. I think, but the trend. So, is there a point where someone is not an alien and then they become an alien? Because that's what Studio Trigger is all the time. Because Gurren Lagann.
Gurren Lagann, yeah.
Gurren Lagann.
I was actually gonna bring that up.
It's like a post-apocalyptic utopia and everything like that, but they go into space and kind of come back and go space back, pierce the heavens. Like when are they alien? Can you be an alien part-time? Is what I'd like to know.
Let's look at the timeline of like Gurren Lagann, right?
Yeah.
And everybody starts out Terran basically because everybody starts out underground, and then they get to the surface. But everything is still happening on the surface there.
Yeah.
So like
the creatures like viral and whatnot. Like,
Yeah.
the people that they fight. Were those? I cannot remember. What were they? Were they
Yeah.
aliens?
They
Chat,
were
can you help-
created
Yeah, they were created
Okay.
on
by
Earth, right?
they were created by Spiral Man.
King Spiral.
King Spiral.
Yeah,
Yeah,
which
it's
is
like it's
literally,
something equal to Spiral Man.
Yeah.
So Nia is an alien.
Nia technically
Yes.
would be an alien along with the anti-spirals.
Yeah, the
because
anti-spirals.
They came from outer space.
Yeah.
So, and our
Space.
heroes come from Earth.
Yeah.
So that counts. By the way, we're saying, wait, no, there was that Transformers episode of Panty and Stocking. I guess being an alien counts for that one time panel.
That's
How
a
do we feel about that?
reach.
Is it a huge reach? Okay.
It's not. I mean, aliens exist. It just showed that aliens exist in the Panty and Stocking universe. But so I don't think there's any alien characters though, except for
I know.
dildo.
I would say like where you define like alien, like if you mean they come from the heavens,
Right.
like is the heavens space? Do we have to get very religious now with panty and stocking?
I think the way I would define
They
it-
have Gurr though. They have Chuck. So does he count as an alien? Is only Chuck an alien?
I'm very fluent. This is a really good like question because like
I had
the way
heard
the way I define it is whatever the world is that you're in, within the context of like that anime, like that, like just assume like it's Earth. I mean, it doesn't have to be Earth, but like for the sake of simplicity, call it Earth, right? And then anything that is within that universe, but not coming from like let's say another dimension, I guess that would be an alien. Because if it's like another dimension, then you're just you're a traveler. Like I don't know if that's kind of a rough way I would put it. Does that make sense?
Yes, that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah, like and this was actually something that I was bringing up with some people who they're not really anime fans, but they're like more like sci-fi and like specifically like more like hard sci-fi things. And kind of what the difference is, of course, there is hard sci-fi anime. There's definitely anime and manga that go like in like where we have set rules, we're doing all the rules, but that is typically not the anime that I find that either I get into or the ones that's very popular where they just do like, oh, it's an alien, there's no rules. And so let's try to figure out the rules. It's because anime was just like, it got ears, so yeah, space.
It's got ears, weird skin.
I mean, even like going back to Urusayatsu, like they're very clearly based on like a Japanese like ogre type looks.
Yeah.
But it's like, oh, but it's space.
It plays, I guess, right? Yeah. While we have
Goku's an alien. I forgot about that.
Goku is an alien. Oh my God, you're right.
That's all I know about Goku.
We've slept on this. Yes.
And I recently just learned that the blue hair Goku and the yellow hair Goku are the same person. And I know that he's an alien.
Yeah. By the way, let's see. As far as the chat is going, in reference to the Transformers episode, human merges with an alien, turns into an alien for 3 minutes at a time / pops back. Does that count as alien?
I mean, if it turned into an alien, then yeah.
And Jordan Felix, by the way, chiming in with another good pick. Outlaw Star, half of the populations have a variety of alien races. So Outlaw Star, one of the big ones. Actually, one of the ones I saw on that list. On a site I will not name because they're hashtag not a sponsor. So, okay. Beyond that, I'm going to take a quick moment here, folks. Thank you for joining us here at Relentless Weebs. We want to give a quick shout out to the people over at Anime Impulse. Folks, if you're in Southern California and you're looking to get into something the week before Halloween, look no further than Insanime. Insanime now was originally happening October 24th. That was a Thursday. It's been moved to a different date and a different location, October 26th at the Belasco Theater in wonderful Los Angeles, California. Tickets are on pre-sale right now for $20. Visit animeimpulse.com for tickets or more info. Again, Insanime, it's going to be awesome. There's great music, great drinks. There will be gaming there. There will be photos, but most of all, there will be fun. Costumes highly encouraged, of course. So start your Halloween festivities the right way. Go to Insanime, again, October 26th at the Belasco Theater in wonderful Los Angeles, California. That is an 18 and up event. Drinks being sold only to those ages 21 and over. Again, visit animeimpulse.com for tickets and more info.
So, I wanted to ask, I have no idea what Promare is about. I have no idea. I know that Anime Expo teased the heck out of it.
Right.
Yeah. So what do you think It is. Have you seen anything? Do you just have the name, or what do you have?
There's two men, and
okay.
probably robots. 2 men and a robot, 2.5. And then there's a conflict, and probably something involves emotion versus logic or something. 'Cause that's usually what conflict is about, especially if robots are involved. And they might kiss.
Right. Okay. Now,
Or
now-
people want them to kiss.
okay. So Shelby, neither you have I have seen Promare. Is
So
that
you
correct?
have described every anime. Congrats. So I mean,
You literally
technically
just
you're correct.
she picked like every basic plot point. And it's like, all right, I'm just gonna like dart throw right here, and
like-
it's all gonna hit.
Congrats. You know how stories work. You passed,
I passed the journey of a hero.
you
101.
passed literature arts.
Right. 100%.
Okay.
There you go.
And then
I have actually not seen it. I haven't had time.
Oh, am I the only person here?
You
didn't
are, so
see
you
it.
get to give us the education, give us a quick
Ah.
crash course, spoiler free since it's very recent. But,
Okay,
what
so
you can throw at us.
Studio Trigger, it's such a simple plot that like you did get it because it's Studio Trigger and you are not necessarily here for the plot. You are
Right.
here to watch a
Pretty
lot of
people.
stuff, a lot of the everything.
So is it like a visual smorgasbord, basically?
Yes.
Okay.
And it's basically there is people have this like weird mutation, and one day when they start getting like it starts off and they show people like getting angry. When they get angry, they shoot fire and like a wild amount of fire.
So they spit hot fire.
Yes. And so that is a problem. So the people they call them the burnish, the people who are like able to control this fire or not control this fire stuff. And so they round them up. Like apparently it starts off there's like a huge war thing, like half the population gets wiped out. Real bummer in the first 5 minutes. But then they've taken care of the burnish population, and then so the only people who are left, there are a bunch of, they call them like burnish terrorists called the Mad Burnish. And then our group of heroes are firefighters, and they have to control the fires that the Mad Burnish
Okay.
take and try to like take them down. But also because it's Trigger, other stuff happens.
Okay, yeah, because we know it's
And that's when it gets spoilery.
Okay, so we can't go that far, but that's the basic gist of it.
But it's you get to watch a twunk and a himbo learn to get along.
And there we had some dead air right there. Wow. Impressive.
Do I need to explain either of those terms?
Shelby, do we need an explanation?
I think we're good.
Okay. By the way, Shelby, you mockboxing in the chat. That's 50% of the movie that you were able to name off just on your basic knowledge note. By the way, they're saying Promare was so good, very much a visual buffet as well. And on another topic, Cupito in the chat saying Redline had some cool aliens. So the anime Redline. And Storm and Norman commenting on the fact that we've moved platforms from Facebook's
Who's
YouTube.
Norman Locke.
Yeah.
Hi, Norman Locke.
Yeah, so yeah, folks, if you're just joining us, yes, we have migrated from the Zuckerberg universe to the worldwide YouTube. So same show, new network. Anyway, continuing on here. So definitely Promare 10 out of 10 would recommend.
Yes, absolutely. It's a great thing to show people. Again, I took my boyfriend and I took my boyfriend's roommate, neither of which have ever seen like any Studio Trigger, any Gainax thing. And I feel like that is actually the best thing to, if you want to introduce that studio to someone, so you don't have to give them like, here's the 20-something episodes to watch. Here's just a 90-minute movie, and you can be like, here's everything that you need to know. If you don't like this, then you need to leave anime and also my house.
Wow. Rough words there.
Valid.
I believe
Which
it.
would be like, okay, it's fair, because again, it's a very like simple plot, and kind of the stuff they do, they're not very big into. There's explanations of some things, but they're like, we're not here for the explanations. We're here for the animation smorgasbord. So that there's people who aren't fans of that. They want like that story. They want all that detail.
Yeah, they want,
That's not why I'm here. And if that's what you were here for, we have nothing in common.
You can just get out. Right. We don't need you here. Okay, very good stuff. Twunk, let's see. Mockboxing Twunk and Himbo learn to get along is also the most accurate assessment. So, right on. So Promare it's in theaters right now, or
Yes,
Okay.
they are currently doing. I mean, I know all of this week they have like various screenings. Yes, I have heard that it's one of those where like the more successful it is, and they will add more screenings.
okay.
So go watch it.
Support your local anime.
If I had a chance, if I had actual time to go watch, yeah.
It was on last Thursday. It was actually the number 3 movie
Wait,
in
what?
the U.S. of that
Wait, are you-
day.
okay, are you-
just for that day.
Okay.
But number 3 movie.
So it hit number 3 in the U.S. It has any other anime movie done that?
Yes. My Hero Academia.
My Hero. Okay, My Hero.
I think
doesn't-
so.
My Hero doesn't count.
But
That's like
yeah, and to
cheat
also
code.
consider My Hero Academia, that has a set group of people. This
Yeah.
has nothing
Yeah.
other than we know Studio Trigger, but
Yeah.
there's like
Right.
there's otherwise like, what is this? So that like was amazing.
Yeah.
Okay. Very, very. That's news to me. I mean, I'm not gonna lie about that. So, folks, again, thanks for tuning in with us here. Again, we're talking aliens and anime and all sorts of like weird things in the animes, which, you know, anime is a weird thing, which is totally awesome. So, stand up in the chat if you got any anime recommendations, especially for ones that have aliens in them, your favorite moments in them as well. Again, if you have any questions for us as well, we will hear you. Again, I've got eyes on the chat. I'll be posing questions as we move along here as well. So,
I'm gonna make a controversial statement.
go for it.
Aliens are never my best girl. They're always like they can be top 3, but it's never the alien one like in the harem that I'm
Really?
rooting for. Especially like even in Haruhi when there's so many aliens to choose from, or more than one. There's when there's more than one alien to choose from.
Oh.
I just feel like it's always too far on the spectrum of alien waifu girl extremes. It's always like too kudere or too yandere.
Yeah, it's almost like they're a little too much like, I know that you want me to like you a little too much.
Yeah.
Right.
They're unrelatable to me.
We want somebody, you know, you're looking for somebody who's a little more like down to earth.
You can also leave.
You're not welcome at Mandy's house anymore.
What?
I have also commandeered this place.
No, damn it, no. So, yes, Stormy Norman asking if Melancholy of Suzumiya Haruhi counts. So yeah, we've been definitely talking about that one.
Speaking of, if this picture has not gone up yet, Yuki is from Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya, thanks to Picture Man Angelo.
Yeah, Angela, can we get that photo up there pretty quickly?
If it's already been up, then thank you.
I haven't seen it yet, so
Okay.
again, I've got eyes on the chat, and I've got eyes on what we're doing here. So basically, on the chat and the monitor. I don't know. We're gonna call all that. One anime. I think I mentioned it earlier, but Robotech, obviously Macross, dealing with aliens because again they come from outer space, they invade Earth, and then invariably we start cross mingling with them, especially like one of the deuteragonists, or I think that's the word, like the secondary protagonist, that's the word. Max ends up marrying one of them, only because like the humans in Zentradi are like 98% compatible, like the same basic biology, which is like really convenient as an alien. I would imagine.
Most of what I know, so I own a not legit, because you cannot get a legit copy of Macross Do You Remember Love?
Oh, okay.
I own a mysteriously acquired copy of Do You Remember Love?
We're gonna say you own a copy and leave it at that. We're not gonna put any like any identifiers on it. You own a copy.
Yeah, which technically I didn't even buy. I won in a contest, and so somebody else gave me their mysterious copy. But that was always something that I appreciated, especially watching it. Like my dad had watched Robotech, and so he was very interested in seeing the Macross. But he was like, "Oh, I understand bits of this, but all their names are different." But I just like, "Oh yeah, we're just gonna stop this by singing."
Yeah. I mean, it works. The power of human voice, I guess. The power of the human spirit, if you want to call it that. I pose a question to both of you. Does Madoka count?
Yeah, Kyubey is an alien.
Kyubey is an alien.
Kyubey's an
okay.
alien, but Madoka's not an alien.
Yeah, which I was just thinking, that's another, we didn't talk about that version but there's always a bunch of like cute little anime people, and those are a lot of times aliens. Like I was trying to figure out like XL Saga. I had the feeling that there were aliens in it, but there was there's cute little nuggets that you can buy a little plushie of.
Yeah,
There's always like those little aliens.
Aliens are plushable for sure.
Oh yeah, they're marketable. They're cute. I mean.
And it's like, it's very easy because you can kind of make them into like, what is going to be something that's going to be easy to sew that you just want to squeeze.
Right. On that note, and I think I'm sort of, I don't know why I'm sort of like steering it towards this direction. I think I'm just going to start asking you two now, are these characters considered aliens? My next question is, in Sailor Moon, are Luna and Artemis considered aliens?
Yes.
Okay.
Also Sailor Galactia
Sailor
and
Galactia.
Chibi Chibi.
So Sailor Galaxia, is it Galaxia or?
Galactia? Is it Galaxia?
I'm
I think so,
terrible.
Galaxia.
Okay. And you said Chibi Chibi as well, correct?
Chibi Chibi is an alien. But also could be Sailor Moon from the future. It depends on if you read the manga or the anime.
Oh, spoiler alert.
It's been like 20 years.
I know. That's the running in joke. I love it though.
Wait, 20... No, more than almost 30 years. Oh no!
But what are
Almost
there?
30 years.
So I fully admit I'm not like super familiar with like all of like the ins and outs of Sailor Moon. So all of the bad people, are they also aliens?
So, Moon History 101. So what happened was there was the Moon Kingdom and everything like that.
Yeah.
The Moon Kingdom was destroyed by Queen Beryl. Sailor Moon was sent to Earth, like reincarnated. So Sailor Moon was born on... Usagi was born on Earth, but also the spirit of Sailor Moon was also inside her. So when she transforms, she kind of switches identities. Like it's kind of two different people. They're two different people, but also the same. So Sailor Moon is Schrödinger. How do you pronounce it? Schrödinger's alien. She's always an alien, but isn't at the same time.
Like,
But what about is Queen Beryl and any of them, are they alien?
Queen Beryl is an alien.
Okay.
Okay. That makes sense.
Because they're born on the moon and this is Earth. However, like now, essentially, like in the new millennium, Sailor Moon wins some kind of war with somebody, and then she brings us to salvation, and she sort of like brings everybody to the moon because it's more of an advanced utopia for us. However, the villains, so it depends on the villain, which ones are aliens, which ones are not. And then some villains are from the future and also aliens, and some villains are from alternate dimensions and also aliens, and some villains are just kind of there, and I'm not really sure how to talk about that. Yeah, so they're aliens.
Yeah, like I could only kind of know, like I just assumed that if it was a hot lady with like cool like red makeup bits and be like, oh, alien.
Alien.
Easy to
Yeah,
point
yeah.
out.
Essentially, yeah. And then some are animals that were given new life, so they're from here, but they have alien tendencies.
So they were like given like an alien symbiote, and then like they just transformed, I guess.
Speaking of which, Parasite.
Parasite. Oh, very good. Good call.
Good one. Good
Nice.
transition.
Good catch. Also, Mock Fox in the chat saying Galaxy Express 39 would also be a good choice. The movie, though, more so than the actual series. That's a name I've not heard in a very long time. Galaxy Express 39. C3 could also classify, says Storm and Norman. And Cupid says, I believe FLCL, Fuliculi has the coolest alien.
Yeah. Arco.
Good choices from everyone here. Gonna take a quick moment to make our second plug of the evening. HensaiCon is coming up November 1st through 3rd. That is at the Burbank Convention Center and Hotel, also Marriott. Let's see, HensaiCon, the second year of its existence. How did we survive the first year? I don't know, but it's back. So that happens again November 1st through 3rd. That is at the Burbank Marriott and Convention Center. Visit hensaicon.com for tickets and more information. That is an 18 and up convention. So, and again, please be safe out there. But it was a lot of fun, and everybody seemed to have a good time. So back for another year, folks. hensaicon.com for tickets, more info. Again, November 1st through 3rd at the Burbank Marriott and Convention Center.
I continue to say, as someone who was actually escorted back into that convention by security, not outside of the convention, back into it, because they were like, other people don't need to see this. It was the most respectful convention I've ever been to.
Wow, impressive. Very well done.
For a hentai convention.
I was also escorted onto the premises.
They're like, we have normal hotel people here. We don't need to explain this.
There was so many children at just somehow staying at that, that hotel that weekend.
Remember, it's an airport hotel, and it's like literally right across from the Burbank airport. So that's probably why is travelers going from like flying into Burbank and then probably going to like a Dodger game or thinking they're like the out of towners that decided to fly into Burbank thinking Anaheim was really close because they're going to Disneyland. Like, oh, we'll just stay at Burbank to and then like just shoot over to Anaheim.
Calling me out.
I'm
Calling me out.
I'm so sorry. I'm actually not sorry, by the way.
Xenon is my favorite alien. No, she
Xenon.
wasn't born on. She was born on Earth. That was the point. I forgot. But Xenon is my favorite space girl.
Okay. By the way, Mary Dison says, "Cute dress, Amanda."
Yeah,
Very
my
good.
mom got it for me.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, very good. Again, folks, we're slowly coming towards the end of our show tonight. It's not happening yet, but again, we're talking aliens in anime and kind of like wrapping everything around that. So if you got suggestions for us on anime we should watch that has aliens or your favorite alien in an anime, we'd love to hear from you. Send your comments in there. If you got a question about anything, of course, let us know in the chat. We will read it out and, of course, give you a shout out for tuning in with us. So let us know what's going on and your opinions on what we're talking about as well.
Angelo, put up a picture of the green girl in the bikini, just because I feel like we should have her up for a little while.
Oh.
I just thought of something. Yeah. So, Space Patrol Lulico.
Damn, it was between Lum and Space. Forget it, Angelo. Put Space Patrol. Put the pink
You
girl
can put
up.
either of them up. I'm just going to say, so Space Patrol Lulico, part of the series of that is that they then go to other places that ends up being other Studio Trigger shows. So in the world of Space Patrol Lulico is Little Witch Academia. Are they aliens?
Oh,
no, you found a way to
interesting.
make Space Patrol Lulico. You found a way to make Little Witch Academia
There we go.
an alien. Yeah, because Susie, would she be an alien? She did almost kill Lulico.
Well, she's just Filipino. No, that's something. That is a stated thing. That's what her ethnicity is.
Yeah,
Okay,
Susie
that's
is
right.
one of the Filipino
Also,
ladies.
they had
Okay.
had a bit. I remember, like when they came to AX after Little Witch Academia came out, and they were talking about it, and they gave like the character like their backstories for each of the characters, and they said that Susie's backstory is that the reason why she's so into poisons is because her her parents abandoned her with a bottle of poison, expecting her to drink it. She might have, and that's why she looks like that. But she now just holds that poison. She's trying to find out what the poison was so she can track down her family.
Oh, wow.
Aw, that's okay.
Yeah, it was a very upsetting panel where there was like, oh, here's this character, here's their tragic backstory
That
that we
makes me feel
never got
better.
into.
That makes me feel a lot better. I don't know why. Like about Susie.
Yeah, and also like the Filipino bit. There's a bit like the broom that she has in the first episode, and then also her last name Mambavara, and like they're both supposed to be references to Filipino, which.
Interesting.
Yeah, so she's an alien now. I can live with that.
She's an
Well, all
alien.
of them are aliens.
Yeah, that's true. And
I-
then
You flummoxed me. I'm speechless now.
But it makes every, like, at least in the world of Seiichi Luka, because they even have, like, and spoilers for the last bit, but they high five at the end, and there's in space.
yeah. And she's literally patrolling space. That's the point of Lulico's journey, is she has, like, she and her entire family are just space travelers. So is she an alien at one point? And then she's an alien regardless because she goes to different planets. She might be a part-time alien, but she's a part-time alien regardless.
And she's an alien to them.
Yeah. Yeah. And I like texting Mean Alien. She's cool. I forget her name. But like the one with the eyeball. They reference, it's funny, in the anime Free, where none of them are aliens at all, but there's a point, I think Haru's mom or foster or a host mom or something, she's the same voice actress as the mean texting alien Space Patrol Lilico, so they give her an earring that's the eye. So is there even aliens in the anime Free? No, but I got to talk about it.
You got me beat.
It's the goal. Is it the goal of just every episode that you can like shove free in there?
Just shove I'm just trying to reference every anime I possibly can until 8:30.
Obligatory Fate Stay Night mentioning. Yes.
Oh, there are aliens in
Wait.
Fate Stay Night.
Do those count?
Yeah.
Wait.
They definitely count.
Wait. I want to hear like who's considered an alien in a Fate Stay Night.
Well, who is the saber? Well, in Fate Grand Order, there's a lot of aliens. There's a ton of aliens in Fate Grand Order.
Yeah.
But who is the saber? That's the assassin. The phantom thief. No, not phantom thief.
Chad, if you play Fate Grand Order, you may be able to name this better than I will. You're the saber who's an assassin.
She's an assassin. She has a black hat, a blue sweatshirt, and a bunch of swords.
Mysterious Heroine X.
Yes, Mysterious Heroine X.
Yes, you are correct.
She's an alien.
That's right. Mysterious Heroine X of Fate Grand Order fame is, yeah, you're right, is an alien because she arrives in a spaceship from who knows where.
Gilgamesh has a spaceship.
Does that count?
I feel if you have a spaceship, you deserve to be mentioned tonight.
Okay.
That's a low bar too. I feel like Gilgamesh should count since he has a spaceship.
Okay, he has a spaceship, and so does like Lancelot Berserker from Fate Zero. He's got a freaking jet. Okay.
But that's because I'm gonna tell you why Gilgamesh is more of an alien than Berserker, than Lancelot. Gilgamesh, his thing is he has all the treasures, both old and new.
That's correct.
So he has a way to technically obtain an alien spaceship.
Does he?
Yeah, that's what he had in Fate Zero. He had the spaceship. And that's how, and then Lancelot took control of an Earth jet, and then fought with him.
That is true.
So Gilgamesh is from Mars, and women are from Venus, and Lancelot is from Earth. So Gilgamesh can technically be in some classifications an alien.
I am way more confused about Fate Zero now than I am about any other anime with aliens.
Also, fun fact. The person who wrote Fate Zero was the person who wrote Madoka.
Oh.
So 6 degrees to alien.
Okay.
We're going down that.
6 degrees alien. Oh, can we get that on a shirt, please?
We're gonna
Fox,
make so
can we
many
get that?
fucking shirts.
Right? That'll be the new merchandising line. Out of curiosity, so we mentioned we mentioned the Area 51 festival, which became basically a Weeb Fire Fest. My question to the entire panel is: if you had to host a Weeb Fire Fest type like festival, like of something of that sort, in which universe would you host it in, and why? I don't know. I literally just thought of this right now.
I mean, the cop out would be Space Patrol Luluco because that would be all of them prior to 2014.
Yeah, all the things that Trigger owns and was not a Gynax thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Trigger Gynax thing I forget about as it was Gynax, and then it kind of like
all the Gynax people left and made Trigger.
That's true. Very true. Okay.
I did. This doesn't relate to your question, except that it does. Like, I would pick this only because then it would actually exist. But since you want to turn everything into a Fate, I have to turn everything into Lupin the Third.
I was about to say, yeah.
There was a planned series called Lupin the Eighth that was supposed to be in space. It was a French co-production.
Ooh.
There's one episode that exists. It does not have any sound. You can see what they were supposed to be saying, but there wasn't they never actually dubbed it. They had one episode, but then the rights on who owned Arsène Leblanc's stuff, it wasn't in the public domain yet, so it died. But it was great. It took place in space. Lupin was a bounty hunter. For some reason, everybody else was there, which it's implied that Lupin the Eighth might have been a descendant of Lupin and Fujiko, but also there is a Fujiko Mine just also there, so there's just weird space incest. But I was here for it.
The rules of space do not apply to we Earthlings. Apparently, is that a thing? Right. ED Writer in the chat, let's take a look here, says, here's something I just remembered. In Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, a plot point is that Jade and Yugi is Neo-Spacian, and E-Hero Neos were created because Kaiba made a contest to launch cards into space to see if aliens exist. Kaiba's quote was, "If aliens exist, let's see if they can duel."
Could they? That's what I want to know. Could they do?
Did they?
I assume yes, because it wasn't.
Of all the things that we have done to try to make contact with aliens, just be like, here's some cards. Here's a deck of cards.
I can guarantee, like, if we've been shooting things out into the universe, like, hey, we're gonna send this, I don't know, protected capsule, like, let's see if it gets picked up by anybody. Yeah, that should be something like, like, here's all the weird shite that we're into. I mean, you guys.
Like, here's a foil pack. You gotta get the shiny Charizard. You gotta come to Earth if you want the shiny Charizard.
We have these on Earth,
Fate.
right? Mockvox saying fate in space is the next logical conclusion. By the way, also Urasa Yatsura universe. In response to which universe would it be? Because guaranteed good time. By the way, also they're really bummed out. Nobody showed up at the Weeb Fire Fest, aka the Area 51 raid, to chant Bentora Bentora Space People at Alien Fire Festival. Bentora Bentora Space People. Now, I'm not familiar with this. Really shed light on that.
No.
Wow. So, Mockbox,
we're a bunch of basic people.
Yeah, I live under a rock. All I do is I watch Initial D all day. And literally, I'm so tired. I haven't watched anything new, so.
Are there aliens in Initial D?
There are no aliens in Initial D.
Just Eurobeat.
Yes, Eurobeat. Delicious Eurobeat. By the way, in Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal, says E.D. Ryder, there were the Baryons duelists, and they were aliens. So it's kind of cool that you think, you don't really notice it, but there's a lot of aliens in series you wouldn't notice.
Yeah, and especially really I feel like that kind of fits for very long shonen series. Eventually, that you kind of just have to. Like even Osamatsu-san is also something that kind of just does it. Their finale for the first season would just be like, let's just have aliens. Let's just go to space and play baseball. Spoilers. That's them. Just
they went to space to play baseball?
Yes.
So they're playing space ball?
Shut up.
Yeah. That's even I feel like that's better than the jokes actually made in the episode where it's just like, oh, they're gonna hold the bat it's their boner and be very hard and try to hit it so that the girl's clothes come off.
That was a thing?
And then they failed and died in space.
Oh, jeez.
I'm trying to think of literally all the shonen I've watched, because I watch shonen, but after the sixth season I'm like, well, time to head out. So I never made it to the space part, if that makes sense. But I'm sure My Hero Academia does have a space. The black hole girl, 13. She's all
teacher,
spacey. Right? Yeah.
Oh, she's awesome though.
Yeah.
So
And there is I don't know if there's some in actual Inuyasha proper, but in one of the movies they fight a moon lady.
Yeah.
And that's the one that whenever I'm having a bad moment in my life, that is the movie that is playing.
Really? Okay. By the way,
same with Sailor Moon. Whenever they need a generic stock alien for a filler episode, they'll just use the same one, but that looks a little bit different. The green one with the pink hair, but they'll just kind of reinvent it again as a different one.
Why does Japan hate the moon? There's a lot of the moon they're always fighting the moon.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, that's a good point. Or I don't know.
Why does
We're
Japan
obsessed with
hate
Mars, and Japan is obsessed with the moon.
I'm so confused right now. That's actually a really good question.
I also know from the one episode of Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z, I don't know which it was. The only one I've ever saw was when they blew up the moon, and they were just like, the moon is gone now. It's all gone. We got rid of it.
Yeah, because didn't they blow it up because they didn't want Gohan transforming into
I have the visual of it was an anime newscaster lady going, the moon is gone.
Oh, I've seen just that. I've just seen only that one small very clip.
More
That's
moon.
all the Dragon Ball Z I've ever seen. It's just that one clip.
I saw that at 3 a.m. and I was like, well, I don't think this is for me.
If they aren't fighting the moon, they're stealing stuff from it. That's why. Okay, that's true. By the way,
or dating it.
Yeah. Okay.
They fight the moon in Naruto too.
Yeah. Huh. Go figure. I don't know. Maybe the moon is I don't know if it's a symbol of evil or anything. Nighttime bad. I couldn't tell you. Honestly. In JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Okay, so JoJo's reference here. Diamond is unbreakable. There is the character Mikitaka Harakazu, who is a self-identifying alien with the stand ability Earth, Wind, and Fire that allows him to change shape. Apparently, he must remember the 21st of September, which just passed, by the way. And I'm totally mad I missed that day, but that's fine. Unclear if he's an alien or just a stand user because of certain plot details. So, JoJo's. Do we consider stands to be aliens, or do we just consider them powers?
Yes.
That was a very brusque answer.
I have no reason not to, based on the information given.
I mean, JoJo's is whatever they want to be.
Yeah, JoJo's is just JoJo's. You don't question it.
I mean, you can give me any factoid in JoJo's, and I will believe you fully because I was like, that's fair. That seems like something they would do.
Okay, well that makes sense.
Well, it's 8:30 now.
Yeah.
Something about aliens, blah, 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 social media. Let's go.
Well, before we get into the social media plugs, everybody favorite alien in anime? First one that comes to mind, just so that, we can endorse one.
You go first.
I will. Piccolo.
Go second.
I cosplayed Lum, so I have to say Lum.
Okay. Piccolo, Lum, and
With Yuki.
All right.
She's not best girl, but she's best alien.
She's
There-
best alien, yeah.
There you go. So your trio here is Piccolo, Lum, and Yuki. Is that correct? Did we get that
Yes.
right? All right, folks. So yeah, you heard it here. It's 8:30. So that about wraps it up for our night here for Relentless Weebs again. Want to thank all of you for joining us for the migration here, the unannounced yet we've been planning this and it came together today. So thank you all for joining us here on the YouTube edition of Relentless Weebs. Let's see. First of all, Mandy, where do we follow you?
You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. I am still on Tumblr, but that's a barren wasteland. At Mandy Quesadilla.
Like Area 51.
Yes.
Right.
I will also be at LA Comic Con on, I believe it's the Saturday of LA Comic Con. I will be doing stand up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's my first time. I am
They
terrified.
got you to do it.
They
Wow.
got me to do it.
Impressive.
But I want to see that.
Okay. Shelby, what
Follow
about you?
me at Shelby McWeeb on Instagram, Twitter, Bombshell Media on Facebook and YouTube. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel so we can figure out what we're going to do with our lives.
Yes, please, folks, make sure you hit that subscribe button. My name is Andrew J. Landy. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Andrew J. Landy. Yeah, for all the dumb stuff that I do, including posting bad selfies and bad cosplay photos. Most importantly, though, again, please make sure you hit that subscribe button to get the updates on when we go live with the new Relentless Weebs show and all the other media contained with Bombshell Media. Make sure you've liked Bombshell Media and Relentless Weebs on Facebook. Again, huge thank yous to Anime Impulse for giving us a space to do our craft and have a good time. Anyway, folks, that about does it for tonight's edition of Relentless Weebs. We'll see you next time, 7:30 p.m. Pacific time, to talk more anime. Again, it's here you learn about the kawaii philosophy. Thank you, and have a wonderful evening. Good night.
Bye.